and welcome back to Podcast Soundscape, the show where we talk about things. I'm one of your hosts, Zach Martin.
And I'm the other host, Fox Lopez.
And today we have another guest for you, and it is over here, a member of the Flaming Fantasy Cast. Please welcome to the show, Mr. Jonathan Plaza.
Whoa, what's up, y'all?
Whoa.
You sound so excited to be here.
Yeah, you sound so, it's almost like, we forced you to be on this against your will.
Well, I mean, I'm just so excited to be expressing how great I was at my role as King Daddy in Flaming Fantasy, the epic tale in Minecraft.
So tell me, Juan.
Directed by Fox.
Yeah, directed
Yes.
by me.
Written by Fox.
So how do you feel that your character was shoehorned into a Legend of Zelda fairy clone?
Alright, I have some great opinions on that, because I feel like that my character has to be some schizophrenic, because not only does he guide the people to go to his kingdom in the first place, he also dies every single time he's introduced.
He's like Kenny from South Park.
He's Kenny from South Park. Whenever I appear on screen, you can bet in the next 2 minutes I will be killed off for no reason.
No offense, no offense.
We just gotta get the plot moving forward. You
gotta get the plot moving forward.
Right.
Like, have you seen any episode of Flaming Fantasy?
Yes, I watched the first episode on the 65-inch screen TV with surround sound.
Alright, yeah, that's
the
the best way to view Flaming Fantasy.
That's the only way to view Flaming Fantasy.
You didn't even have any lines in it. You just typed everything, right?
Oh yeah. I think the reason why is because one, I didn't have I think it's one, I used to play Minecraft on my dad's laptop, which was in the living room, so I didn't want anybody else to just hear me, just stupidly say shit about oh, dude, you're my son, whoa. Or I think the other reason is because I knew it was stupid in the first place, and I chose not to freaking say anything because I knew my voice was cringe, and this entire thing was cringe.
So you were very self-aware, you would say, of what you were doing.
Of course I was self-aware, and literally the second episode, what is it? One of my characters is a fucking terrorist. That just randomly says Akbar incorrectly.
I remember that.
So you were self-aware, but it seems like someone by the name of Fox Lopez wasn't very self-aware of Flaming Fantasy.
No, Fox Lopez definitely treated like a fucking his play toys. Like he was making up his own fantasy. I have a theory that Flaming Fantasy is literally just existing inside Fox's head, and that's why the characters literally make no sense with their powers, and they just magically disappear between episodes.
They had they had powers. I completely forgot about that.
I get the feeling in one of the Crash Bandicoot games, once you beat it, the main villain just gets stuck in Crash's brain, and it's nothing but a bunch of mini Crash Bandicoots. I feel like if you got trapped inside Fox's brain, it's nothing but Flaming Fantasy on repeat.
Yeah, if he went into Fox's brain as a 13-year-old. But Fox now, he would just see a bunch of just Rule 34 of Yoko Kirigiri and the infamous 16th student, Mukuro Ikusaba. You need to be careful of her.
Yeah, watch out for Mukuro Ikusaba, guys.
It would be a bunch of mini foxes, and you're just walking around, just every one of them just grabs you, whispers in your ear the whole Kyoko monologue.
Yeah, Mukuro Ikusaba, the hidden 16th student living inside the stool grounds.
Well, that's what goes on in his mind, and it's Kyoko warning you about it every single time.
Yeah. He wakes up thinking of the 16th student Mukuro Ikusaba.
Link hit it somewhere in the school.
The first 3 lines of that sentence were correct. He wakes up.
He wakes up.
Bro, I didn't get any sleep last night. I'm literally running at absolutely 0 seconds of sleep, but I was getting some coffee that we had. It was some Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee, and I thought it was flavored, and I took a big chunk of it, and it was not flavored at all. And I almost...
What do you mean flavored coffee? Are you 12 years old? Do you not know how coffee works?
No, it was I can't, but it was dark,
Yes,
like that.
that's yes. No milk, no cream, no sugar.
That's
Black
that's
coffee.
Yes, pretty much that. And my face just involuntarily cringed and wouldn't move out of that position for like 30 seconds.
Truly
Yeah.
epic.
Black coffee is definitely for the LA Noir type.
Yeah, that's LA Noir is a game. But yeah, back to Flaming Fantasy. So Juan, do you have any thoughts you want to tell us about your role in Flaming Fantasy, your breakout role?
My breakout role in Flaming Fantasy.
Oh yeah.
Well, I would just like to say, why was I kept so long? You know, I was literally kept around for
Okay,
like
I had no friends.
1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4 characters. Yeah, and then the last episode I appear in, they're just for some reason is shoehorned another girl character, and I'm assuming it's Fox's sister's friend that just did not want to be.
I don't know these people. So Juan, I have a question. So after all, would you say what were the conditions like on Flaming Fantasy, like the working conditions?
The working conditions? Okay, this is so apparent in episode 2, but it's all in one take. So Fox does not give a shit if you are literally just bored out of your mind and you know this is a cringe story. He just makes you go throughout the entire episode. So if you're seeing like the episode, like, oh, okay, it's edited and there's like scenes and stuff. No, it's all in one take, and all of the actors have to wait in their fucking places and wait for their scenes to come up.
I remember that.
Fox doesn't give you any lines to work with. You have to give all the lines yourself. So I was literally the best writer in the show because all of my lines were perfect.
So obviously in the last interview we did for Flaming Fantasy, which all of a sudden like spiked in views all of a sudden, by the way. But I feel like
Yes,
Fox
it
said
definitely
that,
spiked in views in the double digits. Oh, okay, in the triple digits, some people would say.
more like the 0 digits.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why.
Digits.
I don't know why that has like over 300 views. I don't.
It's only episode 1, not any of the other episodes. Literally, episode 7 has like below. Oh, okay, actually has more than 20. That's pretty surprising.
I thought episode 2 was like
But,
60 or something.
Right, yeah, but episode 20. Episode 7
20.
has more than 20.
Alright.
So 26.
There's just one question I wanted to ask. So obviously in the last review we discussed that did not pay you guys. So Juan, do you think you deserve to be paid for this?
Definitely not. I do not want this to go on my record. I don't want the IRS to come barging at my door demanding taxes because I was in a terrible, terrible Minecraft roleplay. That every single time Fox mentions the name King Daddy, I physically want to punch him. Like, I have an urge just quaking throughout my body.
Just what if he says it just mid-orchestra, you just chuck your from across the room with like godlike accuracy. He's just like he's nailing a timpani solo, and then he just yells King Daddy just with deadly accuracy. We're gonna need a new timpanist.
Timpanist. Oh boy, what else?
I think the most like cringe shit about that is literally it wouldn't be as cringe as if you were not trying to be actually funny, like like you were trying to be very like meme funny with like,
I was.
fucking not everybody was. They were trying to
Oh yeah,
or you and Aiden, because it was just the dumbest plot lines. Like, what? Cat is actually the princess's brother, and he
That
is
was a
my
thing.
son. What?
Aiden was a prince? I do not remember that.
Don't you remember that was episode 2 where it was revealed that he is the son of King Daddy?
Oh!
Juan,
Yep, I remember
Juan
now. I remember now.
more Flaming Fantasy than Fox does.
I think I've laughed out loud only in like 2 times. Okay, I'm saying Flaming Fantasy literally peaked in episode 2 because it had literally the best like fucking unintentional comedy with like Cat literally just coming out of nowhere beneath the floorboards. Like, that was the only funny moments of the show, I swear. Everything else was actually just a bore fest.
We're cutting that out. But, no, I think like I laughed a lot, but only because it was like so cringe and so bad, especially because you were self-aware, thankfully. Fox, you were not so self-aware, so why were you
Yeah, Fox.
self-aware?
Why did I agree to do this? Why?
Yeah.
I'm already regretting.
Yeah, Fox is. You can definitely tell that all the storylines and shit were literally made up either 10 minutes ago or on the spot. So the only things that have plot-related stories are like things that were already set designed, basically. So like going into the sewers.
I planned all the set
going to the
stuff.
sewers was planned. The only actual good thing about the show was the set. That's the only thing I can.
Okay,
talk about the
that
show
is
for.
only because when I was 13, I binge watched Minecraft building tutorial videos.
Oh my god.
Of
I'm
course
pretty
you did.
sure one of the windmills was just a copy and paste from that video. But everything
That
else,
was
I just kind of
surprising.
figured out on my own. That's the only thing I could give myself
Yeah.
credit for.
But yeah, like literally small little details about like characters' powers. Like every single character is omniscient in the show, and they have all the powers available to them. And like literally every single character just forgets that they have those powers just for the convenience of storytelling. Like literally, it is shown.
Are you sure they're
within
not
the first-
amnesiac?
Yeah,
Yeah,
superheroes, but they're also amnesiac.
Yeah, exactly. Like in the first episode, it is shown both the two main characters. One of them that literally just does not appear in the rest of the series.
Because
Killian.
we had a falling out.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, in between them. And so
Fuck, let's
both
get him on
Flaming
the show.
Fantasy and Fox are shown to have respawning powers in the first episode because they're repeatedly killed because they actually are too dumb to figure out what to do.
But did you say respawning or race spawning? Because I heard
Respawn.
race spawning.
Oh, look who's getting the video flag now, Zach.
I swear I heard you say race spawning.
Yeah, race spawning.
Nah, he
yeah.
said respawning.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Fox and Killian have unlimited deaths, and then both
You know what's
Fox
funny about
and Killian
that? You know what's funny about that?
have access to teleportation powers.
Do you know what's funny about that? About the unlimited death thing?
What is it?
I was setting it up so it's revealed that Killian was dead this whole time.
Oh my god!
Dang, that would have been the
Which-
plot twist of the century.
He ran out of his
That would have
deaths.
made no sense too.
Yeah, because he can just respawn.
And like, it doesn't make sense for any of the other characters because it seems like all of the characters are able to respawn. But it's for some reason Fox is the only one that actually respawns as a normal human. Everybody else just turns into an actual mentally, literally mentally deceased ghost. Yeah, their brains just die.
They're
they're just
quite
floating
literally
heads.
just in spirit.
Exactly.
So, Fox, you feel it's time to cut to intermission and save set? Because I feel like if we keep going this way, we might run out of more stuff, so we gotta keep
Yeah.
it centered around the intermission.
Alright, that's fine.
So,
I'm fine with having an intermission here.
alright, we're going to insert intermission music here. Now we're in the intermission out. I asked Fox this question. How does it feel for you to be revisiting this series?
Me revisiting the series. Honestly, the first few episodes were not too bad. They were pretty like standard run of the mill little
Anime?
kid. Yeah, little kid anime basically that hasn't even discovered anime. It's literally just as the show goes on, it just gets more stupid and stupid. Like I wrote, like as I said, the second episode peaked because I wrote the most shit for like all my review notes for that episode, and that is because it had like the most shit to do. And every episode, I literally went up to episode 5, and I think that's when I stopped.
Yeah, I don't
Because
blame you.
I only wrote about episode 5 like 3 sentences because I just could not bother to actually write anything. 'Cause it
You
was
had like a
just so
midlife
boring.
crisis.
I had like a midlife.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
Oh,
But yeah,
boy.
if Flaming Fantasy got a remastered and it was an actual show where Fox is an openly gay character with his partner Killian, you know.
Gotta get the old cast back. Gotta get everyone back.
Yeah.
Oh
you gotta get
god.
everybody back.
Oh, I can get some of them back. I can't get all of them back. Aiden's gonna be tricky. Aiden's gonna be tricky.
I will take the place of anyone you need me to. It would be my honor.
God.
I'm
I
happy
can-
I wasn't part of this show.
I can. Oh boy, if I have tossed around remastering it to something somewhat decent.
Somewhat decent.
Yeah,
But you
I
said
don't
last
think
time-
I don't think I'm good enough of a writer to make like the next Game of
But you're
Thrones.
definitely not. You're definitely not.
No, you're definitely not.
Do not even attempt it. Don't even try it.
You
I
should
will-
give us like basic plot details, but let us all write our own lines. So if
Alright,
if one
that-
person is definitely cringe, you can cut them out of the entire. and literally kill them all.
Bro, that's kind of cringe.
Bro, that's kind of cringe. You're fired.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much just cringe police.
And the
Cringe
fact,
police.
like, the main thing that, like, the story not only was that every character was basically a Mary Sue,
Yeah,
except for the fact that
basically.
they all clearly had a mental disease, was that there would be like 4 people acting, so people would like have the same name just hovering over them, and you just have to pretend that they're different people.
Okay, I didn't know how to deal with that, so I just left it in. There's only so much
mean-
you can do with iMovie, okay?
You made it in iMovie?
I made that with iMovie.
Of course he did. Have you seen like the transition? Oh my god. There was like one transition in episode 1 or 2. I swear to god I wrote it in my notes somewhere. It was literally just peak iMovie transitions. It's so funny.
Oh boy, I don't have a Mac anymore, so I can't use iMovie. I have to use Windows Movie
Right,
Maker,
right.
which
That
is
was
I think
another.
that's for the best.
In episode 4, you just randomly go into full screen borderless. So you have Minecraft 1.94, and it's obvious that you're using a Macintosh.
ah.
So yeah, with that, do you think it's time to end on a mission, get back into this interview?
Yeah, it's pretty safe to say.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, silence. And we're back at it, back again, continuing the podcast.
Back up.
The tiredness has fully kicked in now. I have about 10 minutes of consciousness left in.
If you pass out in the middle of this, I'm going to laugh.
Ah, God, that would be.
We're all gonna just start like wheezing.
Oh, God.
Alright.
Okay, so.
Back to the interview, Juan.
So, Han, wait, this is a question I have for you, Juan. What was your decision to like get on the show? Like, how did Fox approach you? What was your decision to say yes? And was it hard to leave behind after you left an episode?
Okay. I'm pretty sure it happened because he said it about it in school, and I think that's when he was joking about it, but I'm not too sure.
I remember
Like,
saying it in school. I remember sitting at a lunch
Yeah,
table.
but I don't remember how you advertised it. I remember it was like you were saying it was a Minecraft roleplay, but I didn't really know.
Daniel,
uh,
the guy who played
I
Kaden,
didn't really know
literally
what
said,
that-
"This
that
is the
meant that.
stupidest thing you have ever said. Let's do it."
Yeah, exactly. Like I remember just joining it because I knew it was absolute stupidity and it was gonna be hot garbage.
Oh, that's yeah. But what was
And,
it like?
And to continue with it, honestly, I thought it was just fun to continue with it.
I had a voice
We were all
crack
just
there.
basically playing pretend while we were all little kids.
Please pretend.
Bro,
you think
simpler
it-
times.
Do you think we would lose that play pretend charm if we ever remastered Flaming Fantasy?
Probably yes, definitely yes, because
No.
everybody would have deeper voices like Killian. So
Hey, what's
like
going on?
Killian's role in the story was just hilarious because he's just basically in a room with a bunch of children. And he seems to be the only mature one, but yeah, he's the only one thinking like trying to take it semi seriously, but everybody else is literally a fucking kid. And with their sisters for some reason, just bringing along their sisters. What's up with that, Fox?
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I somehow got my sister to play along.
Hey, what can I say, Juan? He's a lady killer.
Yeah, he's definitely a lady killer. In episode 2, his sister just follows him everywhere.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, true. She's
Bam. So
what else do we have to? What else am I supposed to ask
Juan,
you?
do you have any points you want to add, Juan? Anything you might have missed? Any behind the scenes funny stories?
Behind the scenes funny stories. It was pretty funny when you guys were mentioning Flaming Fantasy again, because the only thing I could remember about Flaming Fantasy was going into the Nether Realm and then fighting Aiden in that one scene. Like, that was pretty silly, and I'm pretty sure we had to redo that scene a bunch of times because I saw a bunch of cuts in that episode.
Okay, we had to redo one of the scenes because Alston's mom walked in.
Nice.
And you see, he does this big evil speech. You just hear, "Yeah, mom." It's in the bloopers reel, actually. I made a bloopers reel out of all of the footage I have gathered.
That was a good impression.
I remember
by
kind
the
of
way.
being pissed off that I lost that duel. And then I see an episode, and then after that duel happens, it's very clear that Aiden is just holding back just for the plot's sake, because he's literally just running around being stupid and not attacking Fox.
What a
You know,
chat.
he could have destroyed you all in an instant if he had the chance.
General Kenobi.
Kenobi. Hello there. General Kenobi.
And there he goes.
Yeah.
What else do we have to talk about Flaming Fantasy? Do you get PTSD whenever you hear the intro music, or is that just me?
Okay, when I hear the intro music, bro, I was so pissed off that in episode 1, it starts out with the intro music, but then in all the other episodes, you literally just use it as a transition. Like all the other episodes just starts with like a minute of storytelling, and then after like a couple of minutes, it starts with
Consistency.
that intro music was epic.
It's just royalty-free
Just
music.
put it at the beginning. That could have been the opening.
God. What else am I gonna ask you?
Man, you guys are really not prepared.
I mean, I don't have any notes. I was just expecting to wing it. Oh yeah, are you right
Yeah.
Twix or left Twix, man?
Yeah, you're right hooks or left hooks, man.
I'm definitely a right Twix man.
Get
Right
out!
side is
Get
right
out!
side.
Get out!
One over here is a right Twix man, right?
Definitely right Twix.
Agreed, right? I like the flavor more. I like the consistency.
You
of
like the flavor.
And consistency. People don't judge it as much, but it's got a good consistency.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely some placebo effect going on with you.
Alright, so Juan, are you proud of being part of Flaming Fantasy, and how has it affected your life?
Yeah,
How has it affected my life? It has made every single interaction with you awkward, because now every single time that I just hear the word Minecraft and you're around, I immediately think of Flaming Fantasy. And
You
now
just lose
that I
control.
rewatched like basically half of the series, I'm never getting that out of my head.
You're gonna just one day like Hulk out and just start like. You're gonna just show up to school like just ripped, just absolutely shredded, and someone's gonna say, and you're just gonna Hulk out and destroy Fox.
Yeah. As for being proud, I think I'm proud in being in episode 2. And I think that's about it. Every single other episode was me just wandering around as a ghost, just being very stupid and just talking with no mic in text chat. Like, that was just the most awkward shit ever, just walking around.
So for some diehard Flaming Fantasy fans, this might be their first time getting to hear your voice.
Oh, yeah, this is the first time they get to hear my voice. No, my voice was even more cringier in the Flaming Fantasy days.
Yeah,
My voice
it
is more
was.
like Fox. And it is kind of hilarious looking back on, rewatching Flaming Fantasy and hearing his voice when he
Oh,
was a
God.
kid.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, my
Absolute
voice back then
savage.
makes me want to shoot myself.
And the fact that literally every single character almost had like the XX_XX.
Oh
That
god.
was so like nostalgic right
Yeah,
there.
that was
XX
that was a
Pro
nice
Rapes.
that was a nice callback to the good old days.
Yeah, good old days where you thought you were actually cool, but
Yeah, so is there anything else we can add? How long is the episode?
The episode has been going on for 26 minutes.
I feel like that's about an appropriate
26
length.
minutes? What are you talking about? I thought this was supposed to be in one episode.
All right,
Man, you guys really do not know how to plan your episodes out.
we don't.
You're right.
We don't. We don't.
I'm not gonna dispute that at all because you're not wrong at
The
all.
Flaming Fantasy special episode.
We
I mean,
kinda-
we might have one more. We're not sure. It depends on who else we can get on the show.
if we can get Aiden, that would be funny.
Right.
Oh yes, I would love to go on the show with Aiden.
All right,
Yeah,
if
that
Aiden-
would be good.
That would be amazing. I haven't talked to Aiden in like a billion, gajillion years. You know.
I've spoken
Yes,
to him
me too.
semi recently. He
Like,
looks
I really-
he looks exactly the same.
I was
That
gonna
makes
ask
sense.
that actually.
Yeah, because
Like,
like Aiden.
I'm not even joking. He
Yeah,
looks.
I'm gonna- Since it's the Flaming Fantasy episode, I'm gonna relate it back to
I-
Aiden. I really just want to get his comments on why he thought him being a furry was a good idea.
Why he thought?
Like his entire character is that he's a cat, and he just randomly
yeah.
knows
What are your-
about killing it for some reason.
What are your thoughts on being called King Daddy?
Oh my god, that is such an awful name.
It is.
I'm pretty sure you literally did that just to piss me off, just to be like,
That's exactly what I did.
Is
That is-
because
Fox, you came up with that name?
I came up with all the names.
Oh, okay. That makes me want to punch you in the face really hard.
Why?
I don't think he came up with cat gaming though. No,
No,
cat
okay,
gaming
no, cat
is
was-
definitely Aiden. That was definitely Aiden shit.
Yeah, that was Aiden's
And
thing.
and definitely, I'm pretty sure you did not come up with the Theodore Zuwaka.
Jay
the third.
Kaczynski.
I
That
don't
is
even remember.
definitely
That might have
awesome.
been someone else.
I definitely think that
Theodore
was awesome.
Starthel the
That
third or
sounds
something.
No, it's Theodore J. Kaczynski, the Industrial
Yeah,
Revolution.
yeah, Jake. And yeah, all the names are just absolutely dumb. Like the Purcell Russell. That is the kingdom
Booker
of King
Lucille.
Daddy.
Okay,
Purcell
okay,
Russell.
okay. Booker Lucille is an anagram of Supercell.
Yeah, no
Oh
one
my
cares.
god.
But okay, there's actually one more question I wanted to ask you once. So if there was a Flaming Fantasy, reboot, remake, whatever you want to call it, would you participate in it? And would you reprise your role?
Rules King,
Would I reprise my role as King Dad?
or some other
Uh,
dumb character I make up.
Yeah, I'd definitely come back to the show. I'm not sure about King Daddy though.
Yeah,
King
in this
Daddy
day
is
and age,
definitely-
Daddy is kind of weird.
Yeah. Also, he doesn't seem to be that much of an interesting character. His only interesting factor is that he's apparently the father of cat gaming.
Cat.
Cat gaming.
What's it like being the father of cat gaming?
Yeah,
Oh
what's it
my
like being the father of cat gaming?
cat gaming. I want to honestly ask Fox about the lore of King Daddy and cat gaming, because how does a human reproduce
Do
with a
that.
cat to make cat gaming a human cat hybrid?
Well,
Hey,
you
we live in a
see,
society, man.
I hope
Yeah,
I hope you like genetic mutation.
Oh yeah, and also King Daddy doesn't have a wife, so I don't know how he reproduced in the first place.
Asexual reproduction.
I'm assuming Queen Jasper is his wife, but Queen Jasper is also a transgender, so it's very questionable if she
Is that
has...
canon, Fox? Is that canon?
Yeah, literally, that's her name. It's Queen Jasper. It has to be some transgender. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I'm looking back on it. I would not be surprised if that's what I had in mind.
Yeah, like literally.
I
Queen
acc- I
Jasper is the
accidentally
first
created a
gender-fluid
transgender.
character in Minecraft roleplay history.
The greatest transgender representation ever.
The greatest transgender. Like literally, her name is just Queen Jasper, and nobody knows her gender. The other gender fluid character is the daughter of King Daddy, because she never ever says whether or not she's a boy or a girl.
I mean, it's kind of obvious. That was more obvious, I thought.
I fell asleep. What did I miss?
You
King
missed
Daddy, Flaming
missed-
Fantasy lore.
Flaming Fantasy Laura. Which gender? Oh yeah. Would you be interested in making some
Babies.
gay Flaming Fantasy fanfiction?
Definitely not. Definitely fucking not.
But dude,
1,000% no.
Pride Month is
I don't
almost
want to
over.
keep thinking about how Queen Jasper and King Daddy
There's
are
a-
supposed to be a thing, even though Queen Jasper literally is just like, go to this kingdom wall to get what I need, and never specifies what she needs. And then also, Fox just completely forgets that he was supposed to be there for the princess, and then just
I did
leaves her
forget that.
behind.
I did forget that.
Ain't no simping allowed in Flaming Fantasy.
No simp-
Yeah, ain't no simping allowed in Flaming Fantasy, honest. Ain't no actual sane people in Flaming Fantasy. Like, who the hell in episode 2, it starts out with not only a cat hiding in the floorboards, but then you have a guy just come to your house for no reason, and then you completely trust him enough to just follow him to a toilet.
What, you don't do
And
that,
go
Vaughn?
into the toilet.
You don't do that? I do that all the time, man.
Oh gosh.
Created an unholy abomination.
Now I really want to remake Flaming Fantasy.
yeah, now you really want to make this. You want to relive the sewer scene where the guy doesn't tell you his name, but it's later on revealed he is King Daddy.
He is.
So he's actually everybody just has a mental illness in the show. Because King Daddy could have just been like, oh, come to my kingdom, lol. But no, he would have to be like, they don't like strangers because they're xenophobic. like,
Dude,
it's
I
just
fell
the
asleep
random
again. I fell
details.
asleep again, and that's the first thing I heard.
Yeah, dude, Purcell Lussell, whatever, is literally a xenophobic kingdom that apparently doesn't take strangers kindly. But then, once they see a stranger, they literally don't do anything and just let them kill their kind.
I could be remembering wrong, but didn't Pecker Lussel get bombed or something?
Yes, it was bombed by a terrorist, but nobody cared. It has a very bad terrorist problem.
It was under.
Namely Islamic for some reason.
We were very progressive.
Very.
Oh god, what else is there? I think Zach's asleep again.
I'm awake.
Yeah,
I'm awake.
Fergal Lussell was a very weird place. Like, and the character gives
What
you
was
a
your favorite
supposed
place? What was your
background
favorite
trails.
place of Flaming Fantasy?
Okay,
What was your favorite
so
location?
My favorite location definitely has to be the, what was it? Alright, my favorite location is, the sewers. I think that was pretty cool.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the mines, because that was my personal
The
favorite.
mines? Oh, the Dwarven King.
Yeah.
Those are so forgettable. Like, literally, yeah, I'm just gonna... That's apparently Cat's quest, according to the title. That he goes to a Dwarven Kingdom for no reason. After his father dies.
Yo, let's go. Yo, your dad died. That's kind of cringe. Let's go to this dwarf kingdom.
Yeah, let's go to this dwarf kingdom for some reason, and then just fight this dwarf dude to just steal all of his valuables and inflate the currency. Epic.
Capitalism. So hold on, there's one more question we have time for. Question. This is the final question. It's something that we brought up in our first episode of Flaming Fantasy. So here's my question, Mr. Glaze.
Mr. Glaze, you're tarnishing his name by mentioning it in this terrible podcast.
Dude, we brought it up in the first one. Dude, where's your ID, man? Where's your ID?
How dare you bring back Mr. Glaze? Mr. Glaze, legacy shall not be tarnished.
Can you bring him out to Flaming Fantasy?
yeah, Fox. Can we have Mr. Glaze as the new King Daddy?
Mr. Glaze is gonna be the one-off villain.
Yeah, he has to be the one-up villain, asking everybody for their
ID.
identification.
Yes. Do you think he just has the power, like, anytime, like, a car drives past it, they're driving without their license, he just summons them, and just crushes them through a building, and it's like, where is your ID? Then... But, yeah, I think that's gonna about do it for this episode.
Yeah, that's like, what are we at? We're at 35 minutes.
7 minutes.
Have passed.
So yeah, speaking of identification, want to know my address?